Out with some macroeconomic data, the government has just released its provisional statement of account for FY23. It has met the fiscal deficit target of 6.4%. Sapna Das has been going through the fine print. Sapna, what are the highlights that you can take us through?
Well, naturally, this is very much an expected lines. The government was extremely clear that they will be able to stick to the FY23 6.4% fiscal deficit number. But having said that, probably some of the data points, point towards maybe better fiscal management. So, primarily, if you look at your revenue deficit numbers, they are much lower than what was budgeted. You look at your overall revenue expenditure, that is also trending down a bit, and your primary deficit is also lower than what was anticipated. Your interest payments are lower than what was anticipated, and hence your overall fiscal deficit in actually absolute terms is lower than what the government had anticipated, and this is all as of March end. So this probably is pointing towards better fiscal management. Also, in terms of your revenue side, your tax aim, it's at 100.5% of the budget. It appears that it has just met the aim, but yes, let's also keep in mind that the FY23 tax revenue targets were actually increased at the time of the budget on Feb 1. So to that extent, that is something that is noteworthy. I think one of the most important points also that has emerged is, apart from the lower interest payments on government borrowings, because that has been a big talking point so far. Apart from that, I think the government exceeding its capex target, 101% of the budget, I think that is also very noteworthy. They have a higher budget for this year, and most likely, I think if the GDP numbers are going to be what is as expected, then maybe that pace of capex, at least in the part of the government, is likely to continue. This is showing better fiscal management, all said and done.
All right. Thank you very much for reporting on the fiscal deficit numbers coming in, Sapna, and we will be tracking the GDP numbers with you as well. The Indian economy will likely clock a growth